queen is never late. The others are just too early, right? It's gonna be a tiara! Hi cuties! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Charisma, the dream visualist of Popnicute jewelry. If you have been following the last few days, I've been making this piece, and it was intended to be a cuff, but in the process it developed into a tiara because I think it looks awesome. So we're going to continue this to make a tiara. So I'm thinking we're going to add thicker wire, probably 12 gauge, to go around my head. Hi Rebecca, hi Jackie, hi Carlene, hi Amy, welcome back. Okay, so I have some 12 gauge silver. I'm not sure if I should use the square wire or the round wire. There's the round wire. There's the square wire. Oh, the square one is 10 gauge apparently. I also have some beaded wire, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Let's see. I have some bead wire. It's enough, I think. Yeah, it's gotta be enough. The bead wire is sterling though, it's not ARGENTIUM, but that's not a problem. So that's... Hi Namir, that's square wire 10 gauge, and the bead wire is also 10 gauge. And then 12 gauge. Guess we'll see which one would be the best as a companion of the 10 gauge is probably too thick, so we're going to eliminate that. Although it could be good, since I'm planning on adding some wire wrapping elements to make it thicker, so having a 10 gauge could actually be a good idea. Make it sturdy. Or I can use smaller wire and then add more wire wrapping elements, so it's still gonna be sturdy as well. So maybe I'll just use the 12 gauge. So I'm thinking it should be a half crown. So I mean it's not a full head, not a going full. So maybe like a stop around there. So it can be adjusted to anyone's head, I think. So let's make it from this 12 gauge wire. if you can see it, but that's how I organize. Nope, too far. Too far. There's no light. So I'm gonna show it later how I organize my wire. Supposedly Argentium. Okay, this is a question from Amy. Can you fuse sterling to Argentium? Supposedly you can fuse Argentium to anything, and it will fuse to sterling, gold, copper. Will fuse to most of anything. I'm not sure about steel, but we can test it out later if I put my scraps, I guess. I'm not sure if I have steel to fuse Argentium to, but supposedly it can fuse to anything. And no, I didn't get a haircut. It's just my hair from yesterday. I'm going to get a haircut. It's getting long. It's the longest my hair been since elementary school. I've always had short hair. It's just now I just kind of want it to have short but not spiky. You know, I used to have spiky haircut when I was in college. Okay, let's. Oh, I already fixed the orientation of the curlies on the side. Yesterday it was one flip down, one flip up. So now I made it both flip up. I was contemplating whether should I do it or not, but then I thought, well, I think I should. Just so you know, it's more even. Kind of bothered me that one going down. I mean, I could add some elements to it, but since basically what we made has been symmetrical so far, so having like suddenly one element down doesn't seem to match the whole feel of the piece. So that was my train of thought before I did it. Okay, let's point it down to my work stump. So how far we've got so far. So I'm totally measuring with my hand because, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. Just want to know where it ends. So about that much is... It's about 14 if it's straight. Okay, I'm gonna start with the straight. The one that doesn't have a curl on the end. I want to make sure that I got it right. Measure it with my pen. Yes, about 14. So that's what I'm going to cut. I think I'm going to cut about 15 so I can have a little extra on the back to get curl. Whoa. Okay. So let's see, 15. Hopefully it works. We're using a lot of silver in this. A lot. So I've seen some what am I gonna say? I've seen, I don't know if you can see it, but there are some places that it looks like kind of like acne or whatever, because I overheat the wire during fusing. So I think later I'm gonna try to hammer some of this down again and then sand it again, so just to make sure the end result is smooth. Okay, let's do this. Shoot. Thinking I'm gonna make a curl right here, a gentle curl, just to match the whole feel of the piece that we have so far. So I'm going to round the edge a little, just using my file, because I'm pretty sure the cupboard that I have for 12 gauge is shot, so I need a new one. It's like not filing anymore, so I'm just gonna use my file. That's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna anneal this wire first so it's easier to shape. So I'm gonna mark it with Sharpie. Because the light is bright now, so it's kind of hard to see the soft red glow when it's annealed. So Sharpie is a good indicator. It's all good now, I think. Wait a little. So now let's shape it. Yeah, I found my the one that's not broken. It was on the floor. I think that's probably good enough. I think that looks good enough. So let's do the other one. It's about the same. Might be too long. Oh, okay, cool. I think it's a match now. So now I'm going to flatten it a little. Oh. Oops. Okay. Kind of looks fun if it's yeah, it looks kind of fun overlapping like that. So maybe that's what we're gonna do. Make it overlap. So I'm going to file the shape. To make it rounder. Doesn't take much. So I already rounded the wire in the beginning, so only need a little bit shaping. Okay, it's pretty good. I think this is what we're gonna do. I think it's fun to have some element that looks a little different. Okay, I want to make sure that, okay, I hammer it on the same side, so I'm gonna make sure. Both sides have similar hammer marks. Now I'm going to sand it a little before we attach it. So hopefully after this one we can continue to wire wrapping. I mean, I'm gonna add some wire elements on all around the crown first before I'm attaching the stone. Okay, I'm gonna try smoothing it out first. All the pits that I've seen happening from overheating. Yeah, I'm going to sand this piece before attaching the new wire. I think after attaching the new wire, we're going to try shape it before adding the new wire elements. And then we can make sure that all the joints are pretty strong before we try to wire wrap the rest. I think that was pretty good. Now let's try joining the two. The base wire for the crown and the crown piece. Zoom out. Okay, I'm not sure if my thing is long enough. The block. So I'm not sure how to support. It looks like it will stay. So I'm gonna try Okay, so I will need to shape this to make sure it lays flat, because it's not right now. It's like, okay, let's see. It's a challenge of its own. So it needs to curve down. So let's try and do that. Maybe with my hair brown. Okay. It's like I may need to anneal it, because after hammering it becomes a little too hard. So I'm gonna anneal it so I can shape it so it lays flat. Because if it's like this, I'm jeopardizing that it's going to slump while I heat it, and that would not be good. Sharpie fell off. So I'm gonna get a new one. I have a ton of Sharpies in this studio. One fell down would be a matter. Anyone here loves the smell of Sharpie? Because I do. I'm one of those weirdos that like the smell of Sharpie. Sure, all the Sharpie is burned off. Wait a little. So how's everyone doing tonight? Are you watching the Olympics? Like, I think Amy watched the Olympics yesterday. Any of you are watching the Olympics right now? I don't even have TV anymore. I only watch Netflix. This is a little tricky. Almost there. I think I want it to rest on the heart a little bit so it can have more contact to fuse. So this needs to come down a little bit more. if I need to bend it a little here as well. And then put this up. Feels like harder than it should be. It's almost there. I'm gonna try grabbing this together with my pliers, see if I can shape it better that way. I'm gonna try holding the other part with a third hand. So that we'll prop it up. Let's see. Wait it third hand. So this one. Oops. Like this limited space, really a challenge here, because my stump is only so can ever be. So I have to make sure doesn't work the way I wanted it to be. Oh, this is frustrating. Let's try some other method. How can I suspend this? Okay, I'm gonna place my third hand on the stump correctly. Hey, it might work. Hooray! Dude, that works. So it's actually touching now. So I'm gonna try to solder that part. I'm just pretty sure I want it the way I want it to be. It's like almost touching, but not touch. Okay, let's try. Maybe because I moved it. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Well, I'm gonna hope when I anneal this to attach it, nothing horrible will happen. Jackie asked if liver of sulfur gel smells bad. I don't think so. To me, it just smells like eggs. I don't know if you think egg smells bad, but that's my experience. The lost gel to me is not stinky. It's not as stinky as people like to make it out to be. That's what what I'm saying. Because I think if I read it in the forum, it seems like worse than my own experience. To me, it just smells faintly like eggs, and then the smells goes even stronger when you put baking soda in it to clean it, to neutralize it. But I only use like a drop of LOS gel and like a teaspoon of water just to dilute the concentrated LOS, and I don't think it smells bad, but maybe people's sensitivity is different from each other, so what I think not stinky, other people may think it's stinky. I don't know. Ooh. I'm scared. I think it's definitely a little more challenging because the base wire is thicker, so the smaller, thinner wire wants to melt before. So I'm kind of scared. I hope it fused just fine. I think it's fused. Now I don't know about this part. Yeah, I'm gonna let it cool a little, and if this needs straightening, at least this part, let's see if I can point it. At least this part is already fused, seems like. So I'm gonna check if this needs some straightening so it has more contact to the bottom part before I melt beyond repair. So I think that's the wait. I'm waiting long enough for it, do you think? So let's try and quench this first. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's check. Is it fused or is it just touching? Oh. Okay. It may be fused. See, I can't really tell. But it is touching. 60. Doesn't seem to spread apart. But you know, sometimes like you can be fooled by it. So it seems like it's fused, and then when you shape it, it suddenly like break. So I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it's like it's fused well enough. Okay, now let's see if we can do the same with this one. Let's try. Oops. Pour out some of the things. I mean my thing here. Pumice. Pumice, that's the word that I'm looking for. Oops, it's kind of hot. Okay. Let's mix a little more. One goes a little easier, but I'm not sure. It's actually a little lifted up, so that wouldn't be good. When you're fusing or working with Argentium, you want it to stay flat. You know, you don't want it to kind of lift it off because it will slump and then ruin your piece. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that it is not going up. So how do I do that? See, there's a lot of thinking and problem solving working with jewelry. It's not as simple as people might think. I hope nobody told you that this is not a real profession or something like that, because that would be horrible, right? It's like my father-in-law, like trying to tell me I need to find a real job, like maybe waitressing. Yeah, right. It's like nothing wrong with waitressing, but I don't want to be a waitress. I want to be a jeweler. Yeah. I think that should be good, but I'm going to try to anneal this part. So, like before moving on to fusing, just to make sure that it will lay flat. I'm gonna try putting some of these anyway. But I'm gonna gently run my fire on it to make sure it's not going to break. I hope you see that. It was kind of like dropped down a little. So that's why I want to make sure that I anneal the piece. Let's check. Let it cool down a little. The mirrors say I've been told I am not a jeweler because I only work in copper and brass and limited silverware. Yeah, people just don't understand if they don't have any experience. They thought that we're just playing with our jewelry. It's not a real thing, you know. It's not gold. Okay, let's see. I don't think this one, although I'm a little sad that this one is a little poking out more than this one. Like it kind of fused already. So I don't know if I can fix that or I'm just going to let it be. Because sometimes it's just best if you just leave it be. I mean, it's handmade, so sometimes you just have to accept that it's not going to be perfect. It's kind of hard for me because I want my jewelry to look really nice. Now it's kind of hard to quench because it's so long. I think I'm gonna get some water in my bottle so I can douse water on it. Come back with water to cool down. It's okay now. Okay, let's see this one. I'm drying it off now. Let's check. Yeah, I mean, like, this part seems like it's fused already. Although I'm not super sure about the rest. Yeah, I think I need to do it better on this side because the other side looks a lot better on the joint part. Let's see if I need to push it. Just making sure that all contact is good. Okay, now let's try do it once again on that part. feel like sometimes I just need to reflect my fire to it and not like directly on it, because I feel like coming from an angle like this, the smaller wire can heat it up more. So sometimes I need to like bounce the fire. That's the word that I was looking for. I think it should be good. I'm not sure if this part is fusing well. I mean, it has some little bit of fused parts. Let's try to anneal it again and see what's going on. Okay, let's see. Let's check all the points of contact. I'm gonna turn it down a little so. Okay, like this is what I should do before, like pressing it down. Because now it looks like it's touching. Before it's just like semi-touching. So I'm gonna try heat up this area again and see if it works out better this time. So scary. This part seems like it needs to be fused better too. It doesn't look like it's fused well. Okay, let's try. Third time's a charm. And make sure that it lays flat. So like that. Okay, so hopefully this time we'll get it. Might be better now. Gonna leave it a little. Oh. Dusty. I made a mistake of blowing it off. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't blow to cool it down. Ugh, that was like dusty. Did you see like dust blowing off? I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. Let's try punch this. Okay, looks like this time it's fused better. So we're going to try and shape this into a crown. Oh, I think I'm gonna pickle it first. I didn't pickle it, but I think I'm gonna pickle it because there's some flux leftovers. And I don't want that to interfere. Let it sit in the pickle. Mir say, yes, my mother was an artist and my niece went to art school, so most people turn their nose up at what I do. It's really a shame. I think my mother's side is also very artistic. Like my mother can sew really well, and most of my aunts, if not all of them, can sew. One is actually a dressmaker, like a custom dressmaker. People come like a tailor for women. I don't know what you call if it's like a tailor for women. I feel like tailor should be only for male, right? And yeah, my father-in-law just want my husband to be an engineer. He's a graphic designer, so yeah, even though he's a graphic designer with a job, he's still like, you should go you should have become an engineer. So you know, it's not just me who got, it's like you should find a real job thing. So okay, let's check. I'm gonna make it a little brighter again. Let's check the pickle if it's seems like it can stay a little longer. Funny story that yesterday I lost the piece, like the main piece. I found the stone, like it was in my desk, and then like, where is that silver thing? And then I look all over my house, from my studio to my dining room, to my TV room. I couldn't find it. I was like panicking, and then like I remembered, oh right, it's still in the pickle. So it's been sitting in the pickle for like a few hours. So I kind of forgot about it because it took a while to pickle. And then I left it and I did something else, and then Where did I put it? Yeah, sometimes I could be forgetful. Sylvia say, my father say, if you do what you love, it's not work. What? That's kind of weird. Like, isn't like your goal is actually make money from making what you love? Like, what's the point of working if you hate your job? Like, I wouldn't be able to work if I don't love it. Like, it's the reason that I stopped working for other people because I don't find it's worth it. I've always been a entrepreneur at heart, I guess, because my father is an entrepreneur and they've always lead us to not working with other people. But after I got out of college, I was a graphic designer and I worked for 2 companies, like back to back. And I could only did it for like 3 months each. And that's because my boss was like, my bosses were not really good. Like they like to throw tantrums at us. So it's like yeah, I'm not gonna be paid pennies just to be someone else's what is it, like a like boxing sack thing? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, so I quit. And then after that, I've always been an entrepreneur, like freelance. I've done freelancing and made more money from freelancing than working with other people. So yeah, I do what I love and I will do it well. If I had to work for something that I don't love, then I wouldn't do it well. So I'd rather quit than, jeopardizing my good name. Yeah, let's see, it's out of the pickle. Namir said, true Sylvia, but a director once told me that sometimes doing what you love can be more work. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Like, it is more work than, doing, than having a 9 to 5 job. Because, well, basically you're at home, the home is your office, and, sometimes you don't realize that you work more and then like there's like a lot of other things on the business side that you need to do to make sure you have a business. And yeah, I think it's more work than working than to other people. Okay, looks like it's good enough. So I'm gonna try to shape the ends. I'm gonna curl it a little so like you can pin it with a pin, hairpins. Okay, let's see. Back to my scrap pin. I'm going to cut the pointy part here. So I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm going to round the edge a little. And then I'm gonna curve it and then hammer it. Because I don't think you can pin a round wire well unless there's like a special pin to do that, which I don't have. So I'm gonna try hammer some parts of it down so it can be a little flatter. Okay. This. Okay, let's do some curving. Is it curved down? I think it should curve up. I think it doesn't really matter. Maybe down. Yeah, down so you can hide it inside your hair. Right, so. See, the way I work, I like to make sure that everything I make is comfortable to wear. So there's like a lot of thinking going into it. So it's not just, you know, making peace and then I'm done with it. I want to make sure that it's actually wearable. So I'm going to hammer it just like I hammered the other end. I think I may need to anneal it and make the curl a little tighter again. I think both sides look pretty similar now. Okay, I'm going to shape it a little. might be okay though. But I'm gonna anneal it anyway, so I can make sure that when I curve the rest, it's not gonna be making a sharper bend, because like when the rest of it anneal and then like only this part is work hardened, it's not gonna make a smooth curve. So I'm going to anneal it. So first I'm going to Sharpie it because I just want to make sure that I don't overdo it, because slumping is a concern working with Argentium. And you don't want it to slump. Okay, I'm gonna try putting it right here, so it's not what's the word I'm putting? It's not too far from the ground, so it has some place to lay on. I'm gonna remove all these things. And let's anneal. You can see this right here. Turn down the light. Okay, we're good. Bye, Amy. Amy has to go. Okay, Elle is a massage therapist and in the process of building her own business. That's cool. My husband's friend's mother is also a massage therapist, and I sometimes go to her to fix my knots and whatnot, because I love massage. Coming from Indonesia, I really love massages because I've done a lot over there and it's not as expensive as it is in the US. And once I got a 2.5 hours of massage, that was a little overkill. Like, I didn't realize like she has been massaging me for like 2.5 hours. It's like, wow. Yeah, let's clean this, dry it off, and let's shape it. Ooh, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, maybe I'll just do use my flat shaft to smooth out the rest of it, but I'm gonna try to shape it just with my hand. We'll see. Yeah, I don't want to bend this part, so I'm gonna try not to. So I'm just going to bend the rest of it with the help of my finger. I'm gonna try to do it gently. Yeah, let's see. Oops, I might have made it a little too short. Or maybe I need to make sure that it is bent a little bit more. Uh-oh, some place broke. Apparently it wasn't strong enough. Uh-oh, it broke. So let's see if we can repair that. I think it's because like it is made from round wire, so the point of contact was not as good as like this flat part over here. So it is really Okay, let's try and bring back the board. Hopefully I don't mess up anything else. So I'm gonna try to solder it because like with fusing I might mess it up more because it takes like higher temperature to melt. So I'm gonna try make sure that this pieces meet. Okay, that's gonna be a challenge now because it's already shaped, you know. I'm gonna need to find a way to make sure that this is straight. Yeah, let's try to put solder on this, and I'll probably try to put solder on all those points to make sure that it's not going to break again. That's a bummer. But hey, it's a risk, right? Every time we make something different, there's always risk. and I've never made a tiara before. So you can always learn from your mistakes. So even though it's a mistake, it's not a waste. I'm gonna try put solder on all those parts. I think even if this piece doesn't turn out the way we want it, it might still be a good teacher. Okay, maybe I'll try adding solder now. I'm not sure. It's right here. We'll see. We'll see if just adding solder. Oops, I just realized that the camera was, you were just seeing on the top of my head. Okay, so I added some solder. It's right here, 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 here. So I'm gonna see if I will need to add over here, but it looks like it's solid enough, the ones over here. So we'll see. Hopefully it's gonna be good from now on. Ah, no, no. I think because it's kind of annealed, it separates. And I forgot that it's already work hardened since I trying to bend it. So I don't know if just heating up the whole thing would work. I think I'm just gonna make it worse. So I'm gonna stop and try to fix it. I'm gonna let it air cool for now. Let's see, because there is no support over here, so it looks like. So you can see that it's a little lifted up here because some places are relaxed and some places were not. And so I think I made a mistake. I should have heat up the whole piece first before I do this. And also I think like the weight of the wire here sort of pull it back. Still kind of hot. Let's move the solder chips where I can. I think the rest is already. Oi, what a mess. Okay, let's see. Can put this back. Like this piece seems like it's already soldered on this part, but it's not straight. So that's a thing. See if I can push it. Seems like it will. Okay, just pushing it back to the place seems to do it. So let's see if I can. Kind of broke it now. Great. So I will definitely need some third hands. To make sure that it's not moving. Make sure it's flat and not moving. So then for the other one, let's try this funky looking third hand. Maybe it will work. If not, I can probably wire wrap it to make sure that it stays. Okay, this part kind of tricky. Okay, this might work. But it's good. It's good to know that the bond is not strong before you actually finish it. Because that would be lame. Maybe coming from here? Nope. That doesn't work. Maybe I'll try, see if I can straighten this part a little. So let's lay together. I'm gonna try just to make it straight again, because it's impossible to attach it if it's curved like now. Just thinking of like just this piece is actually looking pretty cool. It's kind of like an arrow. Like I wonder you can like make earrings out of it, kind of. Already look pretty cool just by on its own. So if anything fails, like we actually have something to work on, not just like, you know, a piece of scrap metal. Silver lining. Just have to keep the positive attitude. Let's see. That actually make it harder to lay flat. Ah! Yeah, I will find a way. I'm not gonna give up. Let's see if this bend. I think the hard part is because I cannot find a way to bend this straight. I think this might do it. This might do it. Okay, I think we finally found a way to balance this thing. Whew. Let's hope this time it works out. Or I don't know. But that part is not straight. So I want to make sure that it's actually laid down. No! It's becoming a thriller! Okay, let's see. I think I need more soldered chips. That one's already soldered, and I think we need 2 more. I'm gonna make sure that I anneal the whole thing first, so it doesn't happen again. I think we got it. Too early to celebrate, but crossing my fingers. Ooh. Okay, hopefully this time it's strong enough. Ooh. It's kind of hot, but not too hot. Yay. Okay, hopefully after this we can bend it and it will be fine. If it breaks again, we might have to do it again tomorrow. Okay, it's coming out of the pickle, not super pickled yet, but it's not clean yet, but you know. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this time it's okay. Might be okay. Hopefully. Ending just fine. This definitely just like half it. It seems to be working. Okay, let's see. Definitely just like half my head. It's not a full crown. It stops right here. But it works. Ta-da! I need to have definitely need a, what is it called? A hairpin to stay put. That's how it is now. It doesn't want to stay put. Keep falling onto my nose. I don't know, should it be that way or should it be the other way? Well, whatever, I think it can stay on my nose. Or it can stay up here, I suppose. Totally need some hairpin, but it can stay up here as well. I guess it can be on either way. Ta-da! I was planning on doing a little wire wrapping, but apparently this thing takes so long just to make sure that the joints are good. So I suppose we have to do the wire wrapping tomorrow. It's already almost 9 again. It's gonna be like a week just making this thing. I swear. Yeah, so far so good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I can fix. Oh, wait, no, it fell off again. Wait, no, I think it's the other side now. Maybe. I'm gonna fix this off camera, and hopefully tomorrow we can we can have something to work on. God. Yeah, I definitely need to wire wrap something on this to make sure that everything is secure well. Okay, so so I'll see you tomorrow. I will keep working on this. I'll see you tomorrow to wire wrap, uh, to add more stuff on it. I'm gonna add some thinner wire because I love layering, and like if you've seen my video how to make the wire wrap heart, I like to use like 2 or 3 different kinds of thickness to give like a more interest look to it. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Well, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for staying with me, even though like it fails, but I hope we can at least learn something from it. See, like someone said, like fusing is not entirely superior to soldering, and we might have to rethink our decision if we want to use fusing or soldering. Depends on the piece. In this case, it looks like it's not good if it's going to be bent, but I'm not sure if it. Maybe it's because of my. I can probably attribute it to my inexperience on fusing, as maybe if I'm better at it, it would be fine. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Thank you for staying with me. Bye, bye, bye. See you guys. Bye.